Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have a new soul farming team that's gonna get over 60k souls an hour, up to 70k souls an hour. This is the new fastest soul farming team in the game. You need souls for things like Dawnbringer, just leveling up your troops in general, meddling troops. Souls are needed throughout the whole game, so you're always going to need souls. But here's the team: Phylactery, restore your life to full, gain an extra turn, gain 38 souls. Sacrificial Priest, and this is not the normal team I always show. He has Necromancy, gain 50% bonus souls from battle, and he has Fast, start battles with 50% mana. He sacrifices an ally, deal 12 scatter damage, boosted by the sacrificed ally's attack. There's a 30% chance to summon Aberoth. And what most of you are going to want to do is sacrifice him. Then we have Ferris Ra, of course, always part of the best soul farming teams. You're not going to get away from that. But Necromaster, gain 150% bonus souls from battle. So nothing's ever going to be better than that. You got to use this guy on your team. Transform yellow gems to purple, deal 36 damage to an enemy, boosted by my souls, give 20 souls. You're not going to cast that. All you need them for is the Necromaster trait. Leprechaun, the first thing you're going to cast every single battle. Start battles with full mana. Gain bonus green mana from green gem matches. Gotta have it fully traded. Explode 17 green gems boosted by my gold, gain 20 gold. So you need Ferris Ra for this team. You need Phylactery, you need Sacrificial, you need everything, and you need everything fully traded, and you need the weapon fully leveled up. But hey, if you want to have the best soul farming team in the game, you gotta have it everything fully leveled and fully ascended and fully meddled. And like right here, I'm meddling this Sacrificial Priest because he does damage based on based on attack that he of the person that he sacrifices. So if he can make his own attack higher, then that's a good thing. And meddling him does make his attack like 6 higher. So we'll gain more attack. You can maybe go up, do a higher Explorer the more attack he has. So also use your Medals of Seasons with this guy. That way everyone has more attack. But yeah, you gotta have Ferris Ra with any soul farming team. Nothing's gonna be better than 150 souls. But I'm using the Tentacle Banner. I'm also using Thief class. Some other classes you could potentially use if you for some reason don't have one of the best classes in the game. Thief to 100. You can also try Archmagus or Necromancer. I think Necromancer has Necromancy. But the Dusk's Aura, the create a dark storm at the start of battle, that's replacing the Umberwolf from the other team. Because as you know, if you've been watching me for a while, I do these soul farming videos, and usually it's Dragon Soul, Ferris Ra, Azurus Umberwolf, and we use the Umberwolf for the dark storm. Well, now with Thief, we have a dark storm there with Thief and Phylactery. Where do you get the Phylactery? The Phylactery is, let's see here. It's a mastery. You have to get a certain amount of mastery, and it's not a lot either. It's pretty low. You can get this weapon pretty easily. 19 blue-purple mastery. So you could potentially get this by level 40. Most likely be around level 100, but if you're doing soul farming, you're definitely above level 100, so you should have Phylactery. Sacrificial Priest, not a very hard troop to get. You just use event keys or your normal keys. Ferris Ra is the difficult one. You're going to have to use event keys and Keytar, or wait for it to come around in the Soul Forge, save up your diamonds. And then Leprechaun is a Bright Forest troop. That's pretty easy to get if you don't have it. Look at the Summoning Stones as well if you have to. But the way you do this team is cast Leprechaun, cast Phylactery on yourself, and then cast Sacrificial Priest on Sacrificial Priest. I cast it on my hero because I don't need the extra attack that the Sacrificial Priest has to clear out a level 1 Explorer. But I'm also doing this in Difficulty 1 Explorer in Urskaya. You can try it other places if you want, but Urskaya is working for me. You can try Difficulty 2 if you want, but Difficulty 1 worked for me. I got 66k souls per hour. So, that was my rate. In Difficulty 1, with this team, doing it the way I'm doing it, I got 66k. Exactly, like I figured it out. I looked at my souls before I started, I timed myself, and then I wrote down the souls after I was done, and the math came out to 66,096. So not even rounding up. I'm actually rounding down. I could possibly, I'm telling you, I could get 70k souls an hour with this team. But yeah, just do Difficulty 1 Explore, and cast your Leprechaun, cast your Phylactery, and then cast your Sacrificial Priest. I mean, you can try casting your Sacrificial Priest on your hero, just because it's slightly faster to not have to move your cursor down to your Sacrificial Priest. You can just spam cast it if you want, and if it fully clears, then go ahead and do that, like I'm doing. But if it doesn't, then make sure you cast it on your Sacrificial Priest, because he will have more attack than anybody else on your team, especially if you're able to meddle him. You know, there's ways you can make this team better, and this team could work without doing the meddling, without having 3 Medals of Seasons. But things you do need to have is Phylactery, fully leveled up Sacrificial Priest, fully traded, fully leveled, fully ascended. Same with Ferris Ra and Leprechaun. You gotta have everybody fully traded. You also want the Celestial Armor, which costs 500 gems, and your Moon fully ascended. That's everything that I have. That's how I'm getting nearly 70k souls an hour soul farming. And if you remember, the Dragon Soul Ferris Ra Azirus Umberwolf team was getting like 40 or 50k an hour, so we've improved by quite a bit, I'm pretty sure here. This is like a solid 60k an hour, possibly 70k an hour. Because I'm convinced I can move up to Difficulty 2 and clear it by casting on the Sacrificial Priest. Because I'm just casting it on my hero, and my hero has only 63 attack or something. And my Sacrificial Priest has 71 attack, so I'd do that much more damage. I have 8 more attack I could use. And I'm not even using it because it was faster just to cast it on my hero than to cast it on my Sacrificial Priest. But yeah, this team is awesome as far as soul farming. Best in the game. New soul farming team for 2020. Not the same old team. A brand new one that's faster. It's even easier to get because the old team you needed the Dragon Soul, which is a legendary troop. Azirus, which is an epic, right? And Umberwolf, which is a legendary troop. And Ferris Ra, which take Ferris Ra out, cancels each other out because you need it no matter what. You need Ferris Ra. So the 3 troops. Phylactery is easy. You can get that by like level 100 at the latest. You could possibly get it at level 38 if you somehow get lucky and get purple and blue every single time for your mastery. Because it costs 19 blue, purple mastery. I'm looking at Gems of War database, by the way. Sometimes these things aren't correct. I'm reading it off a website, so don't hate me if I'm wrong, but 19 blue purple mastery required. So that's easy to get. Anybody can get that by the time they're level 100 for sure. Sacrificial Priest, not legendary, not mythic. So there's that. And then Leprechaun, not legendary, not mythic. So we're replacing Dragon Soul and Umberwolf with Sacrificial Priest and Leprechaun. So way easier. Way easier. Way easier to get and does better. Better and easier to get. So Sacrificial Priest is an ultra rare. That's it. Not even an epic. Karakoth. So you can get that in Summoning Stones. You can get it with any kind of key. I think maybe except for gold keys. And if it's a Karakoth week, you could open a couple event keys and probably get it within like 5 or 10 event keys. So really easy to get. Same with Leprechaun. Same with Leprechaun. Both way easy to get. There's like no excuse, really. What would be the biggest excuse here? Oh, I'm trying to think so people don't bring it up. I guess the Ferris Rod would be the biggest excuse, but that's one of the top 3 mythics in the game that you gotta get. Another thing, now that they've changed Arena, the Dawnbringer is, it lost one of its top uses. So you could say it's a little bit less useful these days, but that's just a cop-out. You need to soul farm no matter what. You need to level up all your troops to level 20. You need to get Dawnbringer either way, because it's good for early events, it's good for class events, it's good for Guild Wars like Red, it's good for Guild Wars Defends. You also need to get a ton of souls to fully medal all your troops, which you're going to need to do one day for Kingdom level and power. At least Kingdom power. And there's achievements tied to medaling a certain amount of troops as well, and you need souls to medal your troops. I medaled up the Sacrificial Priest right at the beginning of this video, and it ended up costing me like 70,000 souls or something just to do that, just to get him fully medaled, I think. Because I had a certain number when I started, I medaled him, and then I had a certain number, and then I wrote them down and I did my math. So I saw all 3 numbers. So you're gonna need like 60 to 70,000 souls, that's how many we get per hour. You're gonna need an hour's worth of souls for every single troop in the game to fully medal every single troop in the game. So however many troops there are in the game, you're gonna need that many hours of soul farming. Let's see if we can see how many troops are in the game. Yeah, but the only other thing I could say is get your Moon fully ascended if possible. Whenever you see that thing, consider buying extra copies of it because it really helps. Even though 5%, I know somebody's going to say, well, 5% of 306 is only 15 or something. But it's over like an hour. You're doing so many battles over an hour. We're doing 3 battles a minute or something. Like at least. And then you got 60 minutes. So that's 180. You know what I'm saying? Like 180 times 15. So that's how many souls you're missing out on if you don't get Moon fully ascended. Which in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot. What is that, like 3,000 souls? But hey, over hours and hours and hours, that ends up being like over a day worth of soul farming. That's a whole extra hour of souls. That's one less hour you're going to have to do of soul farming just for having that Moon fully ascended. Wow, my voice does not want to work today. I'm sorry for all the extra noises, man. Also want to say please subscribe. We're so close to 30K. I really would appreciate it if you would subscribe. 30K. I meant 3K. I wish 30K. Please subscribe. It helps a lot. Consider joining. That helps a lot too. Just hitting like helps. Commenting. Telling somebody else. Sharing on PS4. Or whatever you're on. It all helps a lot. But yeah, I wanted to do 15 minutes here exactly so you could write down my souls if you wanted to. At the beginning and then at the end. And do the math for yourself if you wanted to. If you don't believe me, do the math for yourself. You gotta just times it by 4 once you find it. But yeah, at the beginning I medaled the Sacrificial Priest, so I'll have a soul count at the beginning. Then I medal the Sacrificial Priest, so you'll have to look at my soul count after I medal Sacrificial Priest. Write that down, and then at the end of the video, write down that, and then take that and subtract the first one from that. And that's how many I got in 15 minutes. So then you multiply that by 4, and that is what it was. So 66,096 souls per hour, and possibly more. I'm telling you. I'm casting on my hero, which is not even the correct way to do it. And I am doing difficulty 1 and clearing it easily. And I bet you I could do difficulty 2. So I'm pretty sure I could get a few extra souls than I even got here. This is my first time, actually. This was my first 15 minutes with this team also. So I could get better with the team as well. But what I do is I hold in the button for Leprechaun as soon as the battle is about to start. And I'm showing here that you get 306 souls per battle. But as soon as the battle is going to start, I hold in the button for Leprechaun. And I even wasted some time right here, as you can see. So I'll hold in the, on PS4 it's the L1. So I hold in L1 and circle, which is where the Leprechaun is, or is it square? Or X. It's X. So I'll hold in L1 and X, and that'll bring him up right away, so I can hit X again to fire him off. And then I hold in the button for phylactery, which I think is triangle. So I'll hold in L1 and triangle while that Leprechaun is casting. So I'll be ready to do that, and I'll just hit X twice after that to cast it on myself. And then I'll hold in L1 and square to cast the Sacrificial Priest. And I'll just jam X after I cast that. And cast it on my hero because it's slightly faster. But you should possibly cast it on your Sacrificial Priest just so you have more attack to deal with. Another thing I wanted to say is not every single time will you get up the Phylactery and the Sacrificial Priest with the Leprechaun. Ever so occasionally, you'll have to take purple or yellow to get them up fully. So that did happen, you know, however many times. I did like 45 battles here, and that happened like 5 times out of 45. You know what I'm saying? So 10% of the time, around 10% of the time, maybe slightly more, you won't fill up both Phylactery and Sacrificial Priest off the Leprechaun. But if that happens, just take a purple, and usually that'll take care of it. If not, take yellow for your Sacrificial Priest, or blue. You got purple would be the best because both troops use that, so either way you'll get both of them up. But depending on who didn't get up, you could take blue or yellow as well. Just do it quickly, and you know, the next time you won't have to. Because, like I said, it literally happened 5 times out of 45 battles. Maybe. So, you know, it happened like 10 times over 90. So somewhere in the 10 to 15% of the battles you will not get fully charged off the Leprechaun, but that's not a big deal, and that's not a lot, and it didn't happen very often. And I still feel like I could get even more souls than I'm showing here, which was 66k an hour. If I divide by 4, I'll give you the exact amount. 16,524 for 15 minutes. So times that by 4. 66,096 souls an hour. But yeah, that's what I wrote down. Was 16,524 for 15 minutes. But yeah, with the Ferris Ra, you got to get that. It's capable of farming over 60k souls an hour, up to 70k souls an hour. The Sacrificial Priest has the 50% start and 50% souls. The Ferris Ra has 150% souls. The classes you can use are Thief, Archmagus, or Necromancer. I like to use the Thief. Something with the Darkstorm, basically, which you can see at the bottom of the screen. We have a Darkstorm going, which is purple. And the total souls per battle for me was 306. It could be around 300 for you, something like that. You gotta have the Sacrificial Priest with at least an attack of like 56 or so. You see mine is 71, which is plenty. But you need to get it to around 60 to 70, you know, to make this work perfectly. You want to get him up to, you know, with your medals and everything. With your medals of seasons. And it doesn't take too much to fully medal that Sacrificial Priest. You could just use Orpheus medals. You can use a couple Yasmin medals and then a few Orpheus medals and get him fully medaled, which will help you to be able to clear better. You also need a certain amount of magic so that Phylactery gains enough souls on cast. I think it's around 32 magic, or hold on, I don't know, but you'll have to see how much your Phylactery gets per cast, depending on your magic as well. My magic's pretty high, I got like 32 or something. But I think either way, even if you don't have as much magic as me, you don't have as much attack as me, I still feel like you could clear this and make 60k souls an hour. Since I'm hitting 70k with what I've got, I'm sure you can hit 60k. But either way, this team is better than the one I used to show. This is the new soul farming team for 2020. Faster, easier to get, everything like that. Even more brainless, more easy. You just do, you cast Leprechaun, you cast Phylactery, you cast Sacrificial Priest. It's super easy. Before it was like cast Dragon Soul 3 times and make sure to end the battle at exactly the same time as you cast the third Dragon Soul, like, and sometimes you could cast Ferris Ra, blah blah blah. It was more difficult. Now it's way easier, super simple. Just cast Leprechaun, it gets the Phylactery and the Sacrificial Priest up. Cast Phylactery, it has an extra turn, so then immediately after, cast your Sacrificial Priest on your Sacrificial Priest. But if you have enough attack, you can cast it on your hero like I was doing. But the biggest problem is getting the Ferris Ra. But that's required for soul farming pretty much, is Ferris Ra. Leprechaun's easy, it's just ultra rare from Bright Forest. You can get that with glory keys or event keys or summoning stones pretty easily. Same with the Sacrificial Priest, pretty easy to get. And then you want to get your Moon pet up, like I said, as high as you can. This will only help you out. People can downplay it as much as they want, but would you take an extra hours worth of souls a day? Because that's what you get from everything with Moon. Even when you're not soul farming, you still get 5% extra souls. So, and remember to get your Celestial Armor. That should be the first thing you get in the game with your first 500 gems. Get that Celestial Armor. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and consider joining. It helps a lot. Let's get to 3K. Come on, please. Go tell your guild. Get 2 people from your guild to subscribe, and we can get there. And I'd really appreciate it. And, yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Tomorrow will be Bounty. Have a great weekend. Peace.